Hello everyone, I'm Alfian and today we are going to solve the Hackerrank challenge on the data structure section called the print the element of a linked list. And for this particular challenge, this challenge is a part of my code school tutorial track and is accompanied by a video lesson. If you want to go to the link, you can go ahead to study better about this particular challenge. And for the challenge, this exercise focuses on traversing a linked list. You are given a pointer to the head node of a linked list. The task is to print the data of each node, one per line. If the head pointer is null, indicating the list is empty, nothing should be printed. And the function description says complete the print linked list function with the following parameters. Singly linked list node head a reference to the head of the list inside the linked list. The head is the property of the singly linked list node variable of the class called the singly linked list node. And if you want to look over the what is the singly linked list node class, you can check it out. Since we are using the Java 7, you can open up this tab. If you look over here, we have the public class solution and the static class of the singly linked list node. If you notice, singly linked list node is used as the parameter called the head of the singly linked list node. And inside this class, we have the public int of data, and of course you can access it with the parameter with dot data as the like this. If we have the head as the parameter, then we can access it using the head dot data. And the public singly linked list node, which is the next, it is referring to the next node of the singly linked list inside the next property. And for the last one, it is the singly linked list node as the function. It is used to assign new node with the parameter of the integer. Let's say if we happen to insert 5 into the existing singly linked list node, then we can assign it to the last value or the last node of the singly linked list with the next property, and then you can insert this function into that property to assign the last node of the singly linked list. And it is, if you notice, this type of data, it is a chain of classes of singly linked list node. And for the print, for each node, print as data value on the new line console.log in JavaScript and system.out.println in Java. And input format, the first line of input contains n and the number of elements in the linked list, and the next n lines contains one element each, the data values for each node. And for the node right here, do not read any input from standard input or the console. Complete the print linked list function in the editor below. And if you look over here, we have the two linked lists or two chains of nodes. One is has the data value of 16 and the last one is the 13. And this is the sample output. If we are using the Java 7, of course we are going to use the system out println. And to do that, we can solve this by using since it is already in form of head as the parameter of singly linked list node, then we can use the system out println and printing our head right here to see what is inside the head parameter. If you look closely, it says solution dollar, which is not readable, just like the usual array of integer, except the array list data type, so we cannot read this directly. But if you, since it's in a form of class singly linked list node, if you look over the class right here, we have the property of data and next. Let's see what is inside the data inside the head by accessing it using the dot data. Let's run the code, and we have the first node of the linked list chain right here. And if you notice, we have only print 1 instead of 4 chains of linked lists, and we only have 1. To traverse or iterate the linked list, it's have has a different approach than using the for loop or traversing the array. To do that, we can use the while loop and check while the head is not equals to null, and that way we are checking if the current head or the current node of the singly linked list is not null. If it's already null, which is not the class right here, or the class of the singly linked list node is non-existent, then the while loop will stop. Then how do we traverse the singly linked list node class right here, or the chain of the node? We can use the next property right here and then assign it or mutate the head directly using the head.next to traverse to the next node of the singly linked list node change. To do that, we can simply use the head equals head.next, and that way we get the next chain of the node of the singly linked list. You might notice that I said singly linked list node too many times. So to solve the actual code to print the value of the data, then we can use the dot data to access the value of the node. If we happen to remove the head equals head.next, then we are looping the while loop indefinitely, and then we are not going to traverse the chain of nodes. So let's test this out using the system out.println in the head.data, and then let's run the code again, and of course the Hackerrank will return an error and time limit exceeded because we are using the while loop, but then we are not referencing to the next array, or we are not traversing to the next array, so we are only looping through the current head indefinitely. So to traverse from the 16 of the nodes right here to the next chain of node, which is 13 right here, then of course we are going to mutate the head with the head.next. The head.next is pointing to the next singly linked list node chain of the current singly linked list node. So let's run the code to see if it works, and there you have it. And you don't have to worry about 4 right here and the 2 right here of the standard input. It is only contains, the first line only contains the amount of the chain of the nodes, and we have 4 nodes right here inside the chain, and we have 2 nodes right here inside the head chain parameter right here. And let me show you one thing. If you are currently solve it using the JavaScript or Node.js, you can do the same thing by opening up the folded code right here of the line 1. If you look over here, we have the singly linked list node, which is equals to class, as assign it as a variable, but it is in a green color, which is resembling a class data or the class variable, and it is the same constructor with this data, which is the node data, and it is to construct the next chain of the linked list node, and it is in a form of a function. And if you happen to access the current data, then of course you are going to use this data of the current node data, and you can, just like the Java, you can access it using the, let's use the console.log of the current head to see what is the parameter head it's about. Let's run the code, and of course the data says 16, and the next says another singly linked list node with the property of data 13, and the next value or the next property is null. So we have both data right here and the data right here in a form of a singly linked list node class, and it is more verbose than the using the Java 7, since we are working with the JavaScript right here. Then of course you can use the while loop again while the head is not null, or just using the head is not null right here by explicitly saying it, or just head right here using the true value is not null if you want to check if a variable is null, then you can also use the exclamation mark in front of the variable or the parameter name. Since we are checking if the head is not null, then of course we not using the exclamation mark in front of it. Then of course we use the console.log head.data, and then we can mutate the current head with the next head using the head.next. That is the way of traversing the singly linked list. So let's submit the code directly to see if it works. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you understand my explanation. If you still don't understand, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you have any better solutions regarding this challenge, you can also tell us what you think in the comment section. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.